Hi everybody, this is Sarah Bruton. I wanted to send a quick video about the first high stakes assignment that's due, which is the topic discussion board, asking you to think about topics for the research paper that you will eventually write for this class. So it is due on the 10th, and you're being asked to think about some topics that are important to you, and think about topics that impact your community. If you're a parent, education is a big issue. If you are military connected, I'm sure that problems associated with the military are most pressing. So think about topics that have some type of connection to you and to your community and to those around you. And think about not so much the big issues, but the smaller issues that can be addressed in a 4 to 5 page paper. So let me kind of give you some things to consider. There are some topics that really aren't worth debating anymore because either they've been legalized or they're almost legalized, and really there's no argument to be made because legislators have done that for us. So things like legalization of marijuana. It's legal in many states, and it's more than likely going to end up being legalized in other states. So there's really no argument there anymore. Things like capital punishment. That's an issue that people feel strongly about one way or the other. The issue of abortion is another one that has been argued to death. Gun rights. Whether the Second Amendment needs to be done away with or modified, or whatever the case may be. So don't think about those topics because they kind of have been addressed to death. A topic that has been seen in a lot of papers over the last couple of semesters has been the issue of vaccinations. And there happens to be a small group of people who are opposed to vaccines, and they have their opinions about it. However, the science behind their opposition doesn't appear to be credible. And so while vaccinations are important, unless there's a new argument to be made, I don't know if I'd really suggest that you go that way. The border security issue that's happening now, immigration reform is a hot topic. Securing the border is a hot topic. But again, think about issues that connect to you personally. I'm in North Carolina. Border security is not a thing for me physically because North Carolina is several states away from the southern border. And so I don't know if I would personally want to argue about border security per se. So think about issues that matter to you. Think about things that impact you on a regular basis. And so as you are thinking about that, make sure that you read the directions carefully and you understand what questions you have to answer. And so the first question wants you to identify 3 debatable issues that are interesting to you, and then write a short paragraph and tell us what what you want to know about each issue, and explain how the topic may be important to a current audience. That's a paragraph for each of those topics. Then the next question is for you to decide on the topic you think you want to work with. And in that question, consider and identify some research questions you'll ask as you seek to learn more about this topic. So you don't need to be an expert on the topic. So this question wants you to identify those questions you have about the topic. And again, those questions can be answered by your classmates because that's part of the discussion board, is that you have to get feedback. And then the third question is asking you to identify a stance. What I mean by that is, what side do you plan to take when it comes to that issue? Are you going to be supporting the issue, or are you going to oppose the issue? And in that third question, you need to also identify what are some potential biases you have about that issue. And if you say you have no biases about that issue, you need to really step back and consider, because unless you're a robot, you probably have some type of biases. Bias is not bad. It's just you may be leaning stronger on one side of the argument. What are some obstacles that you could encounter with this issue? You know, one, can you be objective about it? You know, or does it make you so emotional that, you know, you can't get past that? And then what are the disagreements you might have from your audience? And if nobody disagrees with you when it comes to that topic or that issue, then you don't have an argument. So again, you want to have an argument, a topic that there's agreement and then there's disagreement. And so for that discussion board, go through those questions, address those questions, post your discussion board, and then you have to respond to your classmates and respond at least 2 classmates with I think a minimum of 100 words each. And again, the purpose of this discussion board is to get you to really think about where you want to go for the research paper. If you've got any questions, feel free to send me a quick email or even call. Thanks.